Tonight, the Eyre Peninsula's date with the solar system postponed due to weather, and Upper Spencer Gulf residents rushing to get vaccinated against COVID.
From our 7 Spencer Gulf studios, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening. Eyre Peninsula residents gathered at Whalers Way this morning as Southern Launch looked to launch its first rocket into space. However, the weather got in the way, with windy conditions cancelling it for the second day in a row.
As dawn approached, a few stargazers gathered for a chance to witness the beginning of something big. Not all in attendance were in support of the occasion.
It hurt me about hearing about rockets being launched there. I don't believe there's another place. There's only one place that's here. There's this Earth, and we want to keep it as it is.
A small number of protesters gathered at the gates of Whalers Way, calling for the site to be moved. A heavy police and security presence watching on. Local Indigenous residents furious at the planned launch.
It goes back generations of my people. We are the custodians of this place.
Southern Launch aiming to go out of this world. A 10-metre Taiwanese rocket looking to be the first launch from the site. From early on, however, things weren't going to plan, the weather getting in the way of the moment. A 12-hour window was open for the rocket to get off the ground. However, wind speeds both on and above ground had other ideas. Many of the crowd left disappointed as delays continued throughout the afternoon. The rocket was set to be the first launch in South Australia in more than 50 years. The Southern Launch team will now wait for the winds to ease to plan their next moves. Our state's date with the solar system now on ice. Dylan Smith, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
COVID case numbers in Broken Hill have continued to trickle through, with 2 new infections recorded today. But positive signs continue, with almost half of the Far West cases now officially recovered.
A rush on testing, 1,400 swabs in 4 days as infection numbers still steadily climb. To 8 p.m. last night, 3 new cases in Broken Hill, 2 in Wilcannia, with fears the virus could have spread to Menindee. A patient presenting at the local health service was transferred to ICU in Broken Hill, where they tested positive.
We don't know the exact movements of this person until we do the full case review.
2 other people were in Broken Hill's ICU with COVID but have been released to a dedicated ward. A worker at the reject shop has since been classed as a false positive, the store no longer considered a venue of concern.
We will inform that person and also all the close contacts who would be isolating.
But Foodland on Beryl Street is now a casual contact exposure site. Statewide case numbers and ICU demand are still to peak in the coming weeks. The worst is yet to come, but the government says it'll no longer hold daily press conferences from Sunday. Instead, New South Wales Health will provide video updates.
Are you going into hiding? Why on earth that decision?
Can I just say very, very clearly and loudly to the people of New South Wales, we will be here whenever we need to communicate something very importantly to the community.
Broken Hill will need to go 14 days without a new case or wait until vaccination targets are met to come out of lockdown. But from Monday, we will get an early taste of freedom when vaccination picnics are allowed. Groups of up to 5 will be able to meet outdoors, provided all adults are fully vaccinated. Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Meanwhile, the Upper Spencer Gulf's health network is continuing to work to get local communities and essential personnel vaccinated. Nearly 40% of the state has received their shot, but local officials say there's still a long way to go.
South Australians once again answering the call. The state's COVID-19 full vaccination rate sits at 38.9%, with each region pushing to vaccinate as many as possible. The Flinders and Upper North Health Network saying while it's a good start, more people need to step up.
Vaccinating around 1,800 across our LHN, but we're going to increase that over the next few weeks. We will significantly increase the number of vaccination slots available for people.
The Port Augusta Hospital servicing a wide area with all essential transport workers and the Aboriginal community encouraged to come in.
At Port Augusta Hospital vaccinating around 800 people per week.
The state government says the current work done by regional hospitals is crucial.
I can tell you that in the Upper Spencer Gulf, there's a strong focus on keeping our community safe and healthy.
The local member confident Port Pirie, Port Augusta and Whyallers hospitals are doing everything they can to help those wanting the jab.
The opportunity to get vaccines all over the region more broadly is driven from those hospitals. I know Port Augusta, for example, is delivering vaccines to people well in excess of their original expectations.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Spencer Gulf residents are encouraged to sign up for the next round of Great State Vouchers. Over the next 2 Mondays, 2 separate ballots will be conducted as part of the scheme. Great State Experience vouchers will be up for grabs next Monday, while accommodation vouchers will be available the week after.
A great opportunity to get out and get about, get a voucher and explore our great state. Over 90,000 vouchers will be issued in these 2 rounds.
For more information, visit the Great State Voucher Scheme website. Still to come tonight, Port Adelaide fans getting ready for tomorrow night's Date with Destiny, and Broken Hill Sporting Leagues feeling the pinch of lockdown. Welcome back. Reports of smoke coming from the roof of a Broken Hill business has triggered a full emergency response. Crews called to Adkins Hardware on Beryl Street at 1:45 yesterday, where firefighters found a staff member attempting to extinguish a fire within a solar panel system. Tarps were placed over the panels to stop them generating electricity, while checks were undertaken to ensure the fire hadn't spread. Police are seeking public assistance regarding the theft of a scooter in Whyalla. It was stolen from the car park of a unit complex at Rigney Street last weekend. The red Bug Scooter Vibe has a distinctive light bar on the front with the registration plate YZO329. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Port Adelaide fans right across the Spencer Gulf are getting ready for one of the biggest games in the club's storied history. In Whyalla, even local teachers are showing their support for their favourite team with the students.
It's an opportunity to punch in their spots in the grand final. Port Adelaide fans right across the Spencer Gulf getting ready for a big match against the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, obviously really excited. Just as a one-eyed fan, can't really control the outcome as much, but yeah, I'm looking forward to cheering on my boys.
These 2 teachers from Whyalla Samaritan College hoping their favourite team can claim their chance. The winner of tomorrow's match will face either Melbourne or Geelong the following week for the right to hold the AFL Premiership Cup.
So long ago, I was fortunate enough to be at that game as a 9-year-old myself, so yeah, you know, if Port Adelaide could get another win and another premiership, that would be amazing.
Been a long time between drinks, so I'm hoping that we can celebrate something big, but we've got to sort of wait, the old cliche, 1 week at a time.
Even the region's politicians are getting in on the pre-game hype. The member for Giles hoping the Power get one step closer to their first premiership since 2004.
And it looks as though everything's coming together at just the right time. But I've learned through bits of history not to count your chickens before they hatch.
It's a strong bond between a team and their fans that will never tear them apart.
Go the Power.
You can see the match here on 7 tomorrow from 6:30 p.m. Mark Zeta, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
The announcement of the vaccination roadmap has forced the final nail in the coffin of Broken Hill's AFL season. And with community sport banned for at least another month, local cricket competitions could also be hit for 6.
Little did we know this footy game in August would be one of the last for the season.
Football in Broken Hill has run a distant second to a worldwide pandemic.
The season was paused on the 14th of August, South and Central playing hours before the lockdown was announced. North forfeit their game over COVID concerns. But it was this announcement yesterday that was the final straw.
So at this stage, we're saying no to community sports until we get to 80% double vaccination.
Even if Broken Hill emerged from lockdown this weekend, there would have been no football finals here in the Silver City.
Nor will the premiership be awarded to South, sitting 10 points clear at the top of the ladder.
It's like, going into the Melbourne Cup and you've got the best rated horse. And they call the Melbourne Cup off, but you want to get the cup because you've got the best rated horse. Sorry, it doesn't work that way.
At the current rate, community sport will be allowed in early November, meaning the upcoming cricket season could also be pushed back.
At the moment, like everyone else, we're at the mercy of people getting vaccinated.
But every cloud has a silver, or in this case, green lining.
The oval has bounced back exceptionally well. We're starting to look a bit tired.
Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Rigging pre-apprenticeships in Port Augusta are leading to careers in the local crane industry. A state government-funded program is helping apprentices gain experience in operating various pieces of equipment.
Taking their career to new heights. 20 participants in the Rigging Pre-Apprenticeship program are learning the ropes at Max Cranes and equipment hire. 14 will eventually progress into traineeships in a Certificate 3 in mobile crane operations.
Really good experience actually. Just signed up today pretty much, our first day, so looking forward to the future for it, and a lot of opportunities going to come out of it.
The initiative is tailored for South Australians looking to develop skills that will serve them throughout their working life.
It's been a lot of work, it's been a couple of years now putting this together. Lou Sapio, who's steered it all the way through. It's an incredible amount of work to get to this point.
Participants in the pre-apprenticeship program will experience working with a range of cranes, trucks, trailers, rigging equipment and light vehicles. A pathway is also available for those seeking to operate the 1,200-tonne hydraulic crane owned and operated by the company.
It's improving the industry, making the industry safer.
So students from Port Augusta, Port Pirie, Whyalla can get training in a genuinely high quality, high earning career opportunity here in our home environment.
The member for Stewart says with South Australia in the middle of a jobs boom, the need for programs to train skilled workers is growing.
Max is an outstanding company, not only with regard to their capacity as crane and heavy lift operators. Max is all about the people who work here.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us. Broken Hill Council joins a call for tax reform in mining communities. And the Healthy Towns Challenge returns to South Australia. Broken Hill will join an alliance of councils pushing for tax reforms for mining regions. The More the Mining Initiative wants to see an exemption on fringe benefits tax for people who rent or purchase a home in regional and remote mining communities. Councillor Branko Lichkuhl says the tax reduction would discourage FIFA workforces, reduce real estate price spikes and attract new residents. 4 other councils in WA and Queensland make up the alliance. A new round of the Healthy Towns Challenge has opened to encourage youth in regional and rural South Australia to be healthier. The state government allocating nearly $750,000 for the Preventative Health and Wellbeing campaign.
Getting more children in regional and rural areas to live healthier lifestyles. The state government opening up a new round of the South Australian Healthy Towns Challenge.
We heard from the community that they wanted a strong focus on children and their early years. They wanted us to have children that had the best start to life and are given the best chance to thrive.
Successful recipients will be offered grants of up to $125,000 over a 2-year period. 2 to 3 towns or regions across the state will be picked.
So for us to be able to work with regional and rural towns to help them put in programs and support and initiatives that help them support their community is a really great outcome for children in that area.
In a statement, the Health Minister says the $750,000 boost will create healthier environments in the region. Wellbeing SA hoping to reduce the burden of preventable diseases and illnesses in children through the power of their own communities.
we know that if we can work with children or improve their lives from the early years, they have a much better trajectory in life.
More information can be found on the Healthy Towns Challenge website. Mark Zita, 7 Spencer Golf News.
For a second straight year, a Marble Range player has claimed the Port Lincoln Football League's highest individual prize. Rangers midfielder Jordan Clements winning the 2021 male medal. He says he owes a lot to his teammates and coach, helping to get the best out of him throughout the year.
Probably just having good players around me, I think. Everyone's sort of easy to get along with, and lots of talent there, so it's just easy to play footy.
Marble Range play the winner of Wayback in Tasman in next weekend's grand final. And it is a big weekend of local footy, with a grand final spot also up for grabs in Whyalla. With a preview, here's our experts with their tips.
Hello and welcome to the first week of finals in SGL football. It all starts on Saturday at Port Pirie's Memorial Oval, with Solly's taking on South in the qualifying finals. Solly's had an outstanding season and be looking to go all the way. South, after a poor start of the year, put themselves in contention for another 2 at Premiership glory. There's a great rivalry between these two clubs, and this game should be a beauty. I'm tipping Solly's in a close one. In Port Augusta on Sunday, it's the Lions taking on West in an elimination final. These two met last week, and it was the Lions with an emphatic 55-point win. I can't see West improving by 10 goals in a week. The Lions will win and win big.
It's preliminary final time here in Whyalla football, and the 2 lower ranked teams are the ones that actually won last week. So we'll see Marina Bay going through to a grand final, their first one in a couple of years, and North Whyalla have been knocked out. So it'll be Central Whyalla versus West Whyalla, long-standing traditional rivals, last year's grand finalists. Will it be Centrals who are on a running win at the moment, or will it be West who will need to bounce back after a devastating loss against the Bays? I'm going to lean towards the experience of West. They've been top all year, and they probably deserve a chance to go through to next week's grand final.
Welcome to Port Lincoln Footy Tips. First of all, big congratulations to Marble Range for going straight through to the grand final, and also Geordie Clements from Marble Range for winning the male medal on Wednesday night. This week, we got Waybacks and Tasmans at Centenary Oval. Waybacks obviously lost to the very much informed Marble Range, and Tasmans had a great win over Lincoln South. It'll be a great game this weekend. We got Tasmans who like to chip the ball around, but we got Waybacks with their experience. I think they're going to be too strong. They've got good players all over the ground, and it's going to be hard for them to lose. I'm tipping Waybacks, but in a really close game. Waybacks by 2 goals.
Stay with us after the break. South Australians urged to be on the lookout for snakes this spring. And Alex Sykes will have the all-important weekend weather forecast. Hello again. With the weather warming up in South Australia, snakes are beginning to emerge from their winter sleep. The Environment Department says the creatures are looking to eat and to breed, urging us to be on alert. With the state home to a number of venomous breeds, residents are advised to clear rubbish and remove long grass from their property. And if you see one, the department says stay well away and contact a professional handler to remove it. Well, the weekend is almost upon us, so it's time to check what's in store weather-wise. With the details, it's good evening for one last time this week to Alex Sykes.
Thanks, John, and happy Friday, everyone. And what a way to end the week with sunny conditions across the region. Unfortunately, the weekend won't be bringing with it the same weather, which is a shame with that all-important preliminary final between Port and Western Bulldogs tomorrow night. More detail on that in just a moment. From 3 p.m. today, Port Augusta was sunny and 32. Clare got to a max of 24 and Coffin Bay was 23 degrees. Looking further out across the region now, Whyalla and Cooper Pedy were 31. Port Lincoln, Port Pirie, Kadina and Cleve were all 30 degrees. Broken Hill was 28. Woodner got to 32 and Adelaide reached 27. Taking a look at the satellite image now, high cloud is crossing the southeast and is not bringing any rain. Skies are clear across the rest of the state under a weakening ridge of high pressure. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas below 0.5 metres, increasing to around 1 metre during during the morning, and south to southwesterly swells 1 to 2 metres. And a marine wind warning is current for South Australia. Port Lincoln showers developing at 19 degrees tomorrow. Cleve partly cloudy, set to reach 21. Similar conditions for Woodner and 22. Sunny for Whyalla and 24 degrees. Port Augusta also sunny, set to reach 29 degrees. And Kadina will be partly cloudy and 20. Port Pirie sunny and 23. A possible shower for Clare and set to reach 19 degrees there. And Broken Hill will be sunny with a high of 30 degrees. Taking a look further through the week now, Port Augusta and Broken Hill partly cloudy and 18. Showers in Port Lincoln and Kadina both to reach 15. 17 and windy in Whyalla. Woodner partly cloudy 16, and a shower or two in Port Pirie 17 degrees. And a look at next week now, sunny in Broken Hill and Cooper Pedy on Monday, partly cloudy across the rest of the region. Port Augusta, Port Pirie and Woodner to reach 19, Whyalla and Kadina 17, Port Lincoln and Adelaide will be 16. To Tuesday now, possible shower in Port Lincoln 16, partly cloudy across the rest of the region. Port Augusta, Port Pirie and Woodner 20 degrees, Whyalla, Kadina and Broken Hill will reach 18, Cooper Pedy 23 and Adelaide will get to 17 degrees. And let's hope Port Adelaide does their fans proud tomorrow, John. I know you'll be nervously watching the game, and that's all the weather from me for tonight. It's back to you.
Should be a big weekend for them all. Thanks, Alex. And that's the local news for tonight and the week. Just a reminder, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. I'm John Hunt. Thanks for your company. I'll have updates later, and Ruby Kemain will be with you on Monday from 7 p.m. Have a great weekend. Good night.